Well, I met Ken Freeman about 1976 or 77, shortly after he had moved out into this end of the country. And I have 4 sons that were all past Parada bosses and our presidents. And Ken was the Artist of the Year for the Parada del Sol Rodeo for several years. So he and I became very close. In fact, we were so close that he and I were both inducted into as an honorary members, of which there's 2 or 3 of us, that's all, for the JCs of Scottsdale, Arizona.
So the presidents you were talking about weren't the presidents of the United States, but are presidents of the JCs or the Parada del Sol?
Presidents of the JCs and Parada bosses for the Parada del Sol, and are still participating in that function.
Now I know that Ken did a lot of, he was the official artist for
several years. I don't know how many, but
I'm believing it was 5. Yeah, it was 5. And did that start your collecting of Ken's work?
Yes, with my sons all being Parada bosses, I had the benefit of getting almost every one of his paintings. So I cheated a little. I didn't have to pay as much as the average guy does.
We don't want to spread that around though, do we?
Well, Ken and I were very good friends, so what I didn't have, he'd give me anyhow.
He had a generous heart, there was no
Yes,
doubt
he did.
about that.
Yes,
What is the thing about the art that you enjoyed more than anything, that you still enjoy?
Well, he would go into great detail researching the art that he's eventually going to paint. And so he knew what he was doing. A lot of artists just see a picture, but he sees the depth of the cowboy, the depth of the cattle, the ranch life, and had the ability to pull it into his soul and put it on canvas. And he was just fantastic. In fact, one of my sons, Lloyd, who was also a dear friend of Ken's, was killed about 10 years ago, and Ken did a painting of him after his death. Lloyd horseback on one of our beautiful Palomino horses, and he just did a brilliant job. So he touches my heart very much, me and my whole family.
Felt like it was having your son a little piece of him back home?
Yes, I've got it hanging on the wall. It's a beautiful thing.
That's a wonderful story. Can you think of one particular good old time that you and Ken shared?
Gosh, that's putting it pretty hard, because every time we got together, we had a good time. There wasn't any one single time, and we just hit it off together and became good close friends. I didn't know Ken from Adam. I didn't know his background. It's just like you and I. We could hit it off pretty good. Well, Ken and I were that way. He was just a good person, a wholesome person, and his whole life was wrapped up in his art and taking right out of his soul and putting it on canvas, and he did a heck of a job.
Yes, sir, he did. Well, we thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today, and
Thank you for having me.